Hi everyone, this is 𝗓𝗡𝗧𝗍 of Fortune Group Turkey, and welcome back to another episode of Fortune Podcast. Today is one of the most special episodes, I must say, because we have a special guest here, and with me today is Mr. Adil SAMI, the CEO and founder of Fortune Group Turkey. How are you doing today, sir?
Very well, Anas. How are you? First
Thank
of
you
all,
so much.
congratulations for this effort, and I wish
Thank
you
you.
all the best.
Thank you so much. And it's really a pleasure to have you here today. And I must say that this is going to be the video that people will actually know who we are, who you are actually, and how long have we been here, what are we doing here? Because, people still want to know what is Fortune Group Turkey, who is Adil SAMI, what basically we are doing at Fortune Group Turkey. So let me ask you, sir, who are we? How would you comment on that?
I believe that's a really descriptive answer. It should be. But ask me specifically what you want to ask. If you ask me who we are, who I am, I can answer you maybe for 3 days. What we are doing, what companies do we have, who I am, in my personal capacity, what I'm doing. So, you should be, instead of being creative, ask me directly.
Okay, so we will start it from the scratch, I must say. That when did Fortune Group Turkey come in existence? How it all started?
Okay, Anas. This Fortune, I'll say, the name, we started around 15 years from 2007 from England.
All right.
And I believe in Istanbul is our 7th year.
Okay.
And we are doing really good.
That's really nice. And now we know Adil SAMI as a brand, not just as a person. So how can you explain Adil SAMI? How did it come to your mind? When did you think of this? How did you, how did you join a person to a brand?
Anas, I'll tell you. It all started around 2003-04 when my father died. Okay. And I always wanted to take his delicacy, his name to the end of the world, till the day of the judgment. So what I did, I erased myself and I added this Sami with me. Everyone knows my name as 𝗓𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗶𝗶, Mr. Sami.
Yes.
So this all thing started from there. I wanted to take his name. I wanted to carry his name. So that is the reason I believe that it impels me to do something good. It impels me to do something professional. It impels me to do something out of the box, because I don't want it to follow all the things which everyone is doing. Okay, if we have 6,000 agencies, they all are doing the same things. We have this many corporations, they all are doing the same thing. Who I am then? Why I am here then, Why, okay, what is our existence for then? If I am here, I am doing the same thing which other people are doing, then why I am created? Why I was given birth? For no reason. No, it is not like this. There is a reason that Mr. Adil SAMI was given birth years and years back. And there is a reason that I have to find. Then what I did, I found that reason. That what I have to do, what I have to carry on with this name. This is not a name now, it's a brand.
Yes.
Under this Adil SAMI, there are different companies working on. We started this, the thing for the donations now, for the
CSR.
charity. So we are doing this.
True.
And I'm really happy. I'm more happy than doing this from the Fortune, from Adil SAMI, and happy to do something for the society, for the CSR, corporate social responsibility. Because I believe this is something I am, to give back to the people, to give back to the society.
Of course.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
I think this is something that we all would really appreciate, because when we see someone giving back to the society, it really feels good, that people like you are still out there, who can still feel for the humanity, all the efforts that you're making. Thank you so much for that. Now, coming back to the question again, that when I asked you that, what is Fortune Group? So to be more specific under that, I would like to know that under the umbrella of Fortune Group of companies, what are the subunits that you have, that the brands, the companies that you've launched, the sectors that you're actually targeting?
We have around, I believe, 12 to 13 different companies. Umbrella is a Fortune Group. Under that, we have Fortune Business, we have Fortune Property, we have Fortune Law, we have Fortune Homes. We have different segments of Fortune Group. I believe my target was to bring everything under one roof, one window service.
True.
If an investor is coming to me, he should find everything from us. He don't have to run for this thing to the lawyer, that thing for the, I believe, for the furniture, other thing for the interior designing, next thing for next thing, next thing for next thing. Why? So from the day first, my focus was to provide all the services
Under the same roof.
under the same roof
That's really nice.
with one window operations.
So I think when you're talking about the word service, that is something which differentiates a product to a service. So what do you believe that if we particularly talk about Fortune Group Turkey, which is looking after the real estate part, are we as Fortune Group doing or selling products, or are we providing services?
We are doing both of the things. Like we are providing services also.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, people know this. To admit your mistake, that not makes you a smaller something. I learned a lot. I did so many mistakes. And with all those people, I apologize, openly apologize. Because, this is the time you learn from things. You learn. It's a continuous process. From your experience, you learn. I did so many mistakes. But the thing is that we always continue to learn. I never stopped. Okay, this thing happened, I will stop. This thing happened, I will stop. No, nothing stops me. Reason, I always learn from that mistakes and move on. This is the reason I'm trying to give best services in the market under one roof.
True. And I believe that people have a misconception that realtors or real estate agents, and then it comes a category of an investment as advisor. We at Fortune Group, we are investment advisors. We are not just realtors. We are not just real estate agents, right? And I believe that there is a huge difference between both these terms. So I would really like you to comment that how do you think it's different to just being a real estate agent and being an investment advisor?
Okay, I will ask you a question. Have I ever asked you or asked my team to lie to the client?
Never.
Then?
The first thing I learned was to be honest.
I always ask you, be open with them. Tell them this is good, this is bad. If you are telling them, sir, this is good, this is bad, that makes you differentiate from the realtors. That makes you differentiate from the real estate agents. Just because you wanted to have a good connection or good terms with your client. It's not about 1 year, it's not about a specific property, It's about giving him a lifetime service sometimes. Maybe you have clients, All of the rest of the team members, they have clients who are managing. They are managing the client, they're managing their schooling, they're managing their, hospitals. We manage their pregnancies, we manage their cars, this, all the things. So if you guys are managing all these things, so that differentiates you from a realtor. Because his target is to sell this product and after that, okay, bye-bye. I'll be honest. Starting was like this. I'll not lie at all. Because it was new thing for me to, overwhelming. That okay, it was so much clients, they were coming to us. We were just selling them and moving forward. But we learn from our mistakes.
Sure.
Nobody will say this openly. Nobody will say this. I admit this. Because I feel there is no shame admitting your mistake. If I admit it, I can see myself that I have grown a lot. If I will know my mistake, if I know what problems I am facing or what issues I am facing, I will overcome those problems, over those issues, then only I can move forward. Otherwise, I'll just stuck there.
True. Thank you so much for highlighting this. And now I think it is pretty much clear to you guys that when you're coming to Turkey, and especially when it comes to moving here, buying a property here, now you guys need to decide, are you looking for a realtor who is just going to sell you a product or a house or a property? Or are you looking for an investment advisor? Or are you looking for services under one roof? So that they can guide you, they can tell you what's good for you and what's wrong for you. And then you can be the one who's going to decide and not the other person deciding for you, if I'm
Of course,
correct.
of course. And it's because, now the criteria of or the level of the clients we are managing, that's totally different. I'm not talking about $400,000 at all, because that's not my clientele now. We are talking about millions of dollars.
True.
Like we have YouTube videos stating 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars.
Yes.
Can a realtor do this? No.
True.
Like, you know it very well. A client is coming to us, he's like, my budget is $1 million, for suppose. And I buy a property. What do you ask him, sir? Is it your maximum budget? Or do you have something more? He's like, no, this is my budget. Okay, what is your intention? You want to live in that property or you want to invest in that property? Okay, I want to live in that property. Sir, okay, then what you will do for your bread and butter? That's a big issue for me, that's a big issue for me. Then the next question is, okay, sir, if you have $1 million budget, you want to live in that property, what you will do for your bread and butter? If you don't have, then in that $1 million, we split it into two halves. One part is managed by Fortune Property, one part is managed by Fortune Business. We are providing them a property, we are helping them to open a business or open a franchise or XYZ according to their demand, according to the requirement. Because this house, in finance, I always learn this is an asset for you, but this is a liability, because you have to feed this house.
Sure.
How you will feed this?
Of course, when you're buying a property,
Of course.
there are associated expenses with that.
Plus, if the property is empty, then it's a different cost.
Yes.
But just imagine there is a family living there with 3 kids and a husband and wife, then there is a cost.
Of course. And in order to bear those expenses, you need to have,
You need to have a circulation. You need to have something which will provide you a bread and butter.
True. True.
So that's more important, I believe. Buying a property is a simple thing. We have clients, they were like, okay, Mr. Adil SAMI, whatever you will say, we'll buy that thing. But my concern is this business side, That is the reason from last couple of months, I'm just focused about business.
True. And I think it's really good because whenever clients are coming here and you're advising them not to just go towards the property, but to go towards the business side as well, I think that opens new ways for everyone, not just the client. Because when you talk to them about business, obviously you develop a relationship, and then that's long term, and that's favorable for both of them. So that's really nice.
Of course, like clients, this is the reason I told you, sometimes you should have a lifetime connection with them.
Sure.
A realtor would never do this thing, or a real estate agent will never do this thing. His concern is like, okay, I got this commission, I will go to Montenegro next year, or I will buy a new iPhone, I will buy a new laptop, I will buy a new car from this, tamam, finish.
Sure.
But nobody sees the cost which we are bearing, as an investment management company.
True.
You have to take them, what services you are providing? You answer me.
Oh, everything. I mean, we are not just picking them up from the airport, dropping them to their hotels. We're taking them to places. We're managing their stays. Everything that a client needs, we're
Yes,
actually
that's
managing
everyone is doing. That's everyone is doing. After they buy a property, what other services you guys are managing?
That's the hard part, I would say, because that's the after sales. We're looking after their documentations. We're recommending school for their children's, for their universities for their children's. If they need, if they need any guidance to go towards the hospitals, anything that they need, we're just a call away. And it's always like that.
So this is what matters. That's what matters. Then they trust you. They're like, okay, if I need something, I can dial Anas and he'll be here like this.
True.
If he'll not be here, he will send someone like this. I have electricity problem, I have water problem, I have sewage problem, I have this, all issues. They're going to manage it.
Mm-hmm.
That differentiates you from others. And how this, I told you before also, this was not from the day one. We are developing with the time.
True.
And I believe, Anas, honestly, I believe we have so much margin. We have so many things to do. Like this, you guys are doing this amazing job. Wow, you know, this is really good, you know, remarkable thing. And I believe on this platform, we can discuss lots of things.
Definitely.
We can clarify the misconceptions of the people around the world
Definitely.
who wanted to come to Turkey. Like I'll say, passport is an old thing now. Honestly, it's an old thing now. If someone wanted to come here, come for the investment. Sit with me. Ask them to connect you with me. I will tell you why this is the best place for the investment. Like in my last video, what I'm talking about, Turkey.
Business,
Business.
franchising.
Apart from franchising, the location.
Yes.
Location. Do whatever you want here. If you'll do with a good intention, you will provide a good service, you will provide a good product. There is no second thought that you will not be successful. Honestly, you know this very well.
That's really.
Unfortunately, people from our region, they don't focus on these things.
Yes.
They're like, okay, we open a restaurant for funds. For the first month, they will provide a good food with a qualitative food. Now, after the next month, it's fine.
They start compromising just to save the cost
Yes.
and maximize the profit.
Initially, they will provide you a good service. After that, they will be like, okay, this client is our client. He bought from us. After that, is fine. No, from there, the thing started.
So you should be broad-minded and with the long-term approach.
Not even broad-minded. You should have a big heart.
True.
You know, you should be ready. Client will call you anytime, even in the midnights.
Yes.
Mr. Adil SAMI, like, this happened with me. Then you have to run, you have to arrange something, you have to send someone to him.
All right, so that's what Fortune Group Turkey is. Now you know who Adil SAMI is and what we guys are offering here. So if you have any other questions, any comments, please do let us know. We'll be happy to assist you. And I would like to ask for an ending note from your side. What would you like to advise to our viewers before we end this?
I don't know. Because, you know, I'm making so many videos. I don't know. There are so many things going on in my mind. It's just like, you know, trust yourself. That's the important thing. Have patience. Sometimes a thing can take a day. Sometimes, okay, I will give you an example to clarify what I want. Like if you wanted to make a pyramid, you cannot make a pyramid in a day. Pyramids, it's took them, yes, it's a process. It took them time. If you'll be like, okay, I wanted to make this World Trade Center, or I wanted to make this 𝗘𝗠𝗪𝗪, Burj Al Khalifa, and you have 1 day, 1 second, one this, and you cannot do this.
Can I do that? True.
Just trust the process. Just trust. Just have some patience. Everything, like to be a lion, it takes that courage to be a lion. You cannot be a lion, If I'll say something, that will be something different. Like we'll go into the Islamic way. Even our Prophet Muhammad, it took him 40 years to be a prophet. You cannot say, okay, he was a born prophet, but still to get that thing, it took him 40 years.
And
why?
And obviously there is a process.
There is a process, and you should follow this process. You should appreciate that, hardships. You should appreciate that time. You should appreciate that free fall. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn.
True.
So that's what I'm doing. There is nothing such as failure. I make a video about this too. Either you win or you learn. That depends upon you. You take it as a learning process or you take it as a failure process.
Thank you so much, Mr. SAMI,
You're welcome.
for your time, for your consideration, and we wish you all the very best for your future endeavors.
Thank you.
And we would love to have you back in our next episode.
Whenever you guys want, just 1 hour, I'll be here.
Of course. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the upcoming videos. Take care.